Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Hello, dear friends and colleagues. My name is Michelle, and I'm very glad to see that you have decided to work on expanding your professional horizons in the world of international finance. This is a very important moment, if only because right now, right today, our world is in a state of continuous financial turmoil and large-scale fluctuations, which means that with the right approach to business, you can easily change your life to the better, significantly increasing the level of your financial and, as a result, material well-being. But this is only taking into account the fact that you will do everything right. If you if you approach trading in international financial markets unprofessionally, you can easily not only lose all your savings and deposit, but also borrowed funds that do not even belong to you. How is this even possible, you ask me? Well, on the one hand, you are certainly right, because trading on the stock markets involves a huge number of nuances without knowledge of which you can easily lose everything. On the other hand, everything looks pretty simple. I'll give you a simple example. You all know that today the world is on the verge of a large-scale food crisis. Consequently, grain prices are rising almost daily, and what you say should be invested in grain, maybe so, and maybe not. Here, friends, the news came out today that Russia is resuming its participation in the grain deal. A few days before that, let me remind you, the Russian leadership announced that the suspension of its participation in this project. Against the background of this news, grain prices on the stock exchanges have decreased by almost 5% only today. What is not a great opportunity for earning money? So I feel that you don't understand how this situation could be used, because it's probably really not quite obvious how you can make a profit if the asset is getting cheaper. In such cases, you can easily use a trading instrument such as a contract for price difference, or so-called CFDs, which allows you to earn money with any movement of rates. The main thing is that you make the forecast correctly and the price moves in the direction that you actually predicted. And here we come to the very essence of my short story. And I would like to talk to you about honest CFD brokers. More preciously, about one dishonest but very famous. Yes, today we'll talk with you about the NPBFX Asia project and everything related to it. Or rather, about whether it is possible to believe him or not, and to be even more precise, about why it is absolutely impossible to believe him. Yes, that's something like that. Yes, friends, if you suddenly visited my channel for the first time today and think that the fight against international scammers is necessary and important, I'd be very grateful if you'd like my video and share the link to it with all your acquaintances and friends. I really don't want any of them to lose their money despite all my warnings. And now I invite you to the central page of the NPBFX project for a more detailed assessment of the legality of their activities and how safe the idea of linking your financial future with them can be. Let's go. Okay, let me first show you that. So here we are on the central page of the project, which is intended for users from Indonesia and from the countries of South Asian region. As you can see, the portal is not very informative, or rather it is just a login page that users from various sales funnels of this scam sit down on. To make it more clear who we are studying today, I will go to the central page of the NPBFX project portal for now. That's it. Yep. The first thing I want to draw your attention to and briefly return to the topic that I touched on a few minutes earlier is that the project positions itself namely as a CFD broker. I'd like to continue my global thought about how expedient and risky it is to work in this type of trading operations. As with any question or project, there are certain pros and cons when working with CFDs. Whether the disadvantages are compensated by the available advantages or not, this is a separate question. It is the professional training of a trader, his ability to use tools, both technical and fundamental analysis, the ability to soberly assess his qualifications as a forecaster, etc., etc. That is very important. There are a lot of nuances here, but all other things being equal, I would say this. If you are a good forecaster, then even with a small deposit you will be able to work and earn in absolutely any market situations. This is true, but the most, important condition here, which I have not told you about before, should be the honesty of the broker on whose side you have decided to work. The broker should pay, his platform should work with minimal delays, the broker should not suddenly and without any explanations block your accounts, the broker should not draw you false formations on the chart. In one word, a broker should be a broker and not a scam. If you work with a white broker and you are a strong professional, nothing terrible will happen to your deposit and you will be able to work and earn. The advantages of working with CFDs should also include market situations when assets become cheaper. After all, you are not the owner, but only work with your round forecast. And if you invest in the forecast of price decline and the movement of the asset price actually coincides with your forecast, then you will earn, and even in a falling market. This is the main charm of CFD. Well, the negative sides of this type of speculation certainly include high levels of leverage, which brokers as a rule offer to their clients by default. So we must not forget to disable them if such an opportunity is provided by the platform you have chosen. As I have already said, the main key to success in trading of contracts for difference in prices is the right choice of a broker. And believe me, choosing NPBFX as your long-term financial partner will certainly make a huge mistake. This is not even subject to any criticism. However, I don't want to be unfounded. The activity of any broker, including a CFD broker, is strictly regulated by regulatory and supervisory state bodies. In order to obtain permission to provide trading clients with assets to international financial markets, a broker must obtain a special authorization document called a brokerage license. For the peace of mind of clients, the broker, as a rule, places a scan of the existing license on his website. In the case of NPBFX, there is no such authorization document on the site, and I had to conduct some research to get an answer to the question whether the activities of this project in Malaysia are legal or not. Here is what I managed to find out. I have sent a request to the financial regulator. Just a second, let me show you this document. Yes, I wrote to Labuan Financial Services Authority and I contacted them to the email address specified in the contact session on their official website of this regulator. Here is the answer I received from them. Now you can see it on my screen. By the way, I must say that it took almost 3 weeks to answer, which in my opinion is a lot, but it's good that I was answered at all. I was directly told, as you can see, that it was necessary to familiarize myself with a list of white licensed brokers who had been issued permits to carry out brokerage activities. Just a second, this one address, yes, you can see it on my screen. Let's study this list together. Yeah. As you can see, this is an official website of Lab 1 Financial Services Authority. There is a menu section. Yes, I just showing all this to you so you understand that this is a real and an official website. And you can see there is a list of 88 white licensed brokers who are officially permitted to operate on the territory of Indonesia. And trying to find NPBFX, yep, in this list, in the section of the letter N, I am failing to find something. As you can see, NPBFX is not on this list, and it means for me only one thing: there is no license for this project. Yeah, its activities in Malaysia are illegal, so I can't call this project anything but a scam and international criminal syndicate. Yeah, just a second, my friends, I'm coming back to you. Yeah. Okay. So, what I want to say, I have known for years about the criminal activities of the NPBFX project, and saying sincerely, they have deceived already hundreds of traders. Only earlier, this scam worked in Europe, but now, as I can see based on what I studied, they decided to expand into the Asian market as well. Yeah, I really don't want you to be among those who were deceived by these scammers. I really ask you to write me in the comments to this video or by contacting me directly at the contacts indicated in the description about any types of NPBFX activity that you have encountered. Letters, calls, advertising on social networks, write about everything. I will also be happy to answer any of your questions and listen to your suggestions. Right, I'll try to give you the simplest and most useful recommendations on how to save your return or return your funds. Thank you all for watching my material. I sincerely wish you good luck and professional and financial growth. Ciao guys, and bye.